I love to talk about my successes, and I love to talk to other people who like to listen and talk about their successes. And then you get a spiral, because everyone understands that a downward spiral is real. Everyone's discussed and understood the downward spiral. People don't understand an upward spiral. An upward spiral is just as real as a downward spiral. My entire life was an upward spiral. I became kickboxing world champion. It made me a little bit of money, but not that much money. I had a whole bunch of girls who adored me because I'm a kickboxer. They all wanted to, they're from all around the world. I moved them all to London. I had a big apartment. They started webcamming. I made millions of dollars. Then I bought a casino. It's all just an upward spiral for me. And that's just, the energy in a positive direction all the time. And if I ever sat there and tried to talk to somebody about money or business ideas, whatever, and they were uninterested, then I was uninterested in talking to them, because that's all I have ever cared about. What else is there to talk about? Like, genuinely, what, movies, sports? Who cares?
Yeah.
Who cares?
Star Wars.
Star Wars. Yeah, don't get me started, bro. Yeah. But this is the point, right? So you should talk about your successes all the time, and you should only be surrounded by people who want to listen. Things ticking over. I'm a disciplined individual. I like being up on time. I like being at my desk. I'm a multimillionaire. People say, what do you do? You're a multimillionaire. And I say, I like to work. Yeah, but you're rich. But I like getting up and on time and having my coffee at my desk and 2 hours of work. Then I train, 2 hours of training, and then I have another massage for 1 hour at my desk. And then maybe in the afternoon, I'll take a car out or something. But I like to be disciplined. I like to have my stuff in order. I like to do things right. I like to keep my eye on everything. And that's why I enjoy it. And I think every single man out there, the key to happiness in life as a man is to have some sort of empire you're in charge of. This is biological. Men conquered Earth. Why did the Romans walk in random directions and kill anyone they found at random? They have an empire. This is built inside of humanity. If you're a man and you have an empire, to some degree you're happy, right? You need to have a few people who listen to you and a woman who listens to you and some money coming in and some things you're in charge of, and you're going to be a happy person. If you don't have your own empire, or you don't even have to have your own. If you're important, very important in someone else's, you can still be satisfied. But if you're at the very, very bottom of the food chain, there's no happiness there. I had a guy come to me recently and said, I can't get a better job because I'm really depressed. I said, no, you're depressed because you haven't got a better job. It's the other way around. Of course you're depressed. Your life is shit. What do you want me to say to you? Your life is terrible. You have no girlfriend and you're broke. You're fat. What do you want me to say? Your life is bad. If you have a bad life, you're going to be an unhappy person. I said, if you were me, you'd be happy. So this is what it is. So you need to have your own little empire you're in charge of. And if you can find that, whatever that is, then you're usually going to be happy. I don't buy into this crap that, people who have everything right in their life are still depressed. Well, I can tell you from my personal experience, I'm fine. And the only time I was ever pissed off or sad in my life is when I was broke. And now I'm rich and I'm fine. So don't buy into that lie, because it's a lie. So that's what I think. That's what I think life's about.
I mean, I agree with you. I think there's this sort of innate drive to conquest, to conquer something or other. And I think that's sort of what was actively being rooted out, whether it's, through social media or communication or speech or whatever, is any indication that you still have that drive inside you to conquest something, whether it's just, achieving at your job really well, or, if you're a Roman and you're trying to take over the entire world, it's a whole different situation. But to some scale, to some degree, having that drive within you and being able to harness that is, it's critical to your mental health.
Oh, completely. Like we said, men risked their lives on the battlefield to control patches of land. Why? Because it was an empire. They wanted to be part of it. Now we don't have to do that, right? Now you can build a YouTube channel or build a business. You can do something, but it's the same biological triggers. It's the same evolutionary hardwired motivations. It's the same thing that makes a man want to work and become the CEO of a big company. It's the same thing that made people want to conquer Rome. It's the same thing. But you're right, that's being rooted out of us by the mainstream, and that's being done on purpose because that's how they make you a slave. It's wrong to be like that, Andrew. It's wrong. Why do you have to be like that? Why can't you just be happy with basically nothing and just work a normal job? Why do you feel like you're special and you need X, Y, Z? Why can't you just be like all the other unhappy people? I say this all the time. You should never adopt the thinking of someone who is sad. And most people who are out here giving their life advice, if you sit there and go, are you happy? Well, yeah, I'm pretty happy. You're on antidepressants, or you were depressed last year. Or you're talking about, most of these people giving advice out, you wouldn't even want to be there.
All you gotta do is ask me, and I can make you look classy. Second that you walk past me, I turned the whip around, I had to get you in my backseat.